No. Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to our 2024 vision boarding session. If you haven't already, feel free to introduce yourself in the chat, say where you're tuning in from, grab paper, pen, or if you want to type this on your computer, totally whatever works best for you. But definitely would encourage doing it paper and pen because there's some science behind like that hand brain paper connection. So we are going to kick it off. It's the top of the hour. And I'm going to make this full screen. Okay. So hi, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Kelsey. I am based out of San Francisco, and Gab and I hosted this workshop last year, and it's really fun. Juliet was saying that she brought her vision board with her from last year, and just what really does come true when you're brave enough to put your dreams out there and make some intentions around doing the things. So Gab and I are just going to go back and forth, and lead us through this session. All right, Gab, all you.
Okay, sorry, my Zoom literally just went away. Oh, here we are. Okay, so this is just a little bit of a breakdown. This like fuels the ex-teacher in me, so a little bit of a breakdown of how the workshop is going to go. So we're going to spend the first 15 minutes reflecting on 2023. And then free flow is really just going to be more of the kind of creating those ideas and prompts leading us to what we want 2024 to look like. Places we want to go, the way that we want to feel, kind of bringing that vision to life. So it's going to be prompts that kind of lead you through to eventually make that vision board. And then the last part, we have saved some time to actually create the vision boards. So you're more than welcome to stay on here and create it with us if you'd like now. If not, you can do it on your own time. Haley and Meg, who are two girls in our community, are actually hosting some workspace in 2 Wednesdays, I believe, for this as well. So we're trying to kind of get all that prep work in, and then they'll host a space for everyone just to kind of get on and do their own thing as they work for their vision boards. So our goal for tonight is to leave with a clear vision of what we want our year to feel like and what we want to look like.
Yeah. Okay, so really quick, why are vision boards so important? I saw this fact the other day that only 3% of people actually take time to write their goals down and set them. So claps to everybody. Give yourselves a pat on the back. We're in that 3% right now. And when you do write your goals down, it increases the chances of them happening by 43%. So, I mean, that's some pretty good odds. So we might as well use that to our advantage. Okay, Gab.
Okay, so we're going to start with the reflection kind of portion of it. So make sure that you have pen and paper, notepad if you want to use your phone, if you want to use your laptop, whatever it is. And we'll just set a timer for 5 minutes. And this is just totally your own time. So go through the questions as you can. We can send this presentation out if you guys want it, just to make sure that you have the questions. So don't feel like you need to take the time to write the question down. Just go ahead and answer as best you can. So our first question is, what is something that I can do now that I couldn't do last year? Question 2 is, what is a favorite core memory from this year? This year being 2023. And what are you looking forward to in 2024? And question 3 is, what is something that you want to let go of from last year? So we will set a timer for 5 minutes and we'll pull you guys back in when that's done. We have about 1 minute left, so keep working. But what I wanted to say was if you feel inclined to share, feel free to either put it in the chat if you don't want to talk out loud, or you can always wait until the minute's up and you guys can share out loud if you want. And if you don't want to, no pressure, just throwing it out there. About 1 minute left. Okay, friends, that's time. I will go ahead and share mine so it can give you guys maybe a little bit more time to keep writing. Um, I'm going to share a core memory and then question 3. So my core memory from 2023 was seeing orcas in Alaska, my first time seeing whales. And I cried like a baby. And something that I want to let go of is comparison. I literally wrote down comparison is the thief of joy. So leaving that shit in 2023.
I love that. Does anyone else want to share theirs? I can share mine if you want.
So Brooke said, something I want to let go of is the urge to check people's socials that are no longer in my life. Feel that deep in my soul.
Same, same. Something I want to let go of is I feel like I'm always wanting to like research and learn and soak up all the information. And then when it goes to actually implementing it myself, it's like analysis paralysis. So even with like consuming other people's Instagram content, it's like, how can I take a step back, like you said, and really focus on, creating and carving my own pathway, whatever that means. So
That's great.
I love
Patty
that.
said a core memory was loading up the moving truck to take her back to Michigan. Tia said something I want to let go of is worrying of judgment.
I love that.
Juliet, I think I heard you.
Yeah, I can share something I can do now that I could not do last year. I previously did not trust myself in a long distance relationship, and this year I overcame that with Jake, and that was huge. And it was not only um, like an overcome, but like it like made our relationship stronger. And something that was on my vision board last year was embrace Shakti, which Gab, you were the one who actually told me what that word was in the first place.
Yeah.
And so I like totally empowered that, like embraced that. And so I was really excited about that. And then something that I wanted to release is with my wellness journey in particular, I often feel like I let perfect be the enemy of done. And I like feel like I have to do all the little things in order to like be on top of it. But so this year I'm gonna try to embrace being imperfect and allow myself just to like complete what I can, and not just like I know what you said, Kels, just now, like the paralysis feeling sometimes like hits me really hard. So
Love all of those. Does anyone else want to share before we move on? I think everyone is loving the embracing the imperfection. Okay, wonderful. Well, if you want to share, just feel free to throw it in the chat and we'll move on to the next one.
All right. So our next one is taken a few minutes to journal on some of these questions. So the first one being, what is something you're grateful for? Something you're excited about? What's something that's working really well right now? What are you struggling with? And then what do you need help with? And so we're going to take 10 minutes for this one so we can really deep dive. Really getting a good feeling of like, where are we today to really help set us up for tomorrow. So we're going to set a timer and feel free to turn on some music on your end and we'll get to it. We have about 3 minutes left, so if you haven't got into the last two questions, start migrating that way. All right, we are about at the 10 minutes for this. So if anyone feels like they want to share anything that came up, something that they're excited for, grateful for, or working on right now, would love to hear from you. Oops. Feel free to drop in the chat. So Brooke says she's grateful for spending time outdoors with friends. I love that. Brooke, I'm always so inspired by seeing you outside rollerblading and all the things.
I'll share. I wrote for what are you excited about? I wrote traveling, checking off more national parks, reconnecting with friends, and family dinners. My mom and stepdad are moving to Colorado from New York in 2 weeks. So lots of reconnecting and family dinners to be had.
So fun. So soon. Amanda says she's excited to go back to Texas twice this year. That'll be fun. Get some of the sun, Texas sun. All right. So we're about at 5:30. So let's just keep on moving along. Okay, Gab, all you.
Oh, this is my favorite part. So it'll just be 5 minutes. And honestly, once you find your words, I feel like it happens really quick. But the point of this page is to pick 3 words that you feel most aligned with for 2024. So know that it doesn't have to be something that has kind of defined the past. It's really just that feeling that you're looking for 2024, how that can kind of speak to you in words. And if you don't see a word here that you know you want to be a word for you in 2024, feel free just to pick your own. But here are just some that we have used in the past, and we wanted to kind of throw out there again. So we'll set a timer for 5 minutes. So your 3 words that you feel most aligned with. Okay, just about 1 more minute left. Everyone sharing, it's like making me emotional. So I'm just gonna mute for another minute and pull it together.
Okay, I think almost everyone's dropped their words in the chat. If you haven't, feel free to drop that there. I'd love to hear. So yeah, moving on to this next one, building off of it. This is a finish the sentence type prompt. So finish the sentence. This year I am going to quit dot dot dot. Have, love, change, visit, heal, all of this here. So we're gonna take 10 minutes to go through this prompt. And yeah, have fun. All right, Gab, are you taking time? I forgot to set the timer for this one.
Yeah, it just went up.
Okay, cool. It seems like a lot of people have been dropping what they wrote in the chat, and it's just, so beautiful, one, to be vulnerable and share this in the chat with everyone. But just so great to honor it for yourself and really take time to deep dive on some of these things that can be challenging. Sometimes challenging to admit some of the things that we want to heal or forgive or honor or release.
But also, how much easier is it to understand those things and then want to share them when you're in a space like this where everybody's sharing them and you're like, oh my God, me too.
So, uh, so if anyone wants to share aloud, feel free to do so. But a lot of great shares in the chat. And we have about 15 minutes, so maybe do you think we should move forward? Yeah.
I
Okay.
think so.
All right, Gab, this is you.
Okay, so we're going to do 5 minutes from this one. So in 1 year from now, we're really just thinking about the next year in totality. In 1 year from now, I want to feel. So we're going to take the 3 words, or if you're me and you picked 5, we're going to take those words and write down how those words are going to shape our year. So there's just an example there for you. If you pick nurture, present, and intentional, this year I will work to nurture my current relationships by being more present, calling my loved ones weekly, and being intentional about making plans. So take those words that you picked and how are they going to help you shape your 2024, your goals, what you want to do, where you want to go, how you want to feel. So we'll do 5 minutes for this. Okay, that's time. I think we'll still just go like another minute, in case you want to type your in 1 year from now, I want to feel in the chat. Loving these that are coming through. They're so good. And if anybody wants to read theirs out loud, you're definitely more than welcome. Love the I will prioritize being intentional with who I let into my life and who I will keep in my life. Ho, ho, ho.
I just read that too. I was like, wow, that's really
Yeah.
good right there.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Creating more and consuming less. I wrote something very similar to that I wanted to spend my free time adventuring and exploring and not in like a doom scroll.
Mm. I can read mine. That would be.
Yes, please.
I said, in 1 year from now, I'll read it from my paper. In 1 year from now, I will have released my need for perfection, my expectations, my control, by trusting that my high frequency and the universe will allow me to reconnect with my most innate and bold self, to rise as a happy, healthy, empowered woman adventuring through life.
Hell yes. So good. Oh, love these. Okay, feel free to keep typing them in the chat if you want. We are going to move on though because we are almost at an hour already.
Wow, this hour has flown by. So now this is the part where you'll probably want to either stay on for a little bit and work on it, but really taking everything that we've journaled and really released and making it into our vision board. So we have something that we can see daily that's hanging up in our room. That's our screensaver on our phone or our laptop, things that we can really come back to throughout the year. And Gab, oh, that's so cool. But Gab just dropped hers in the chat of what she had last year. Gab, do you want to talk super quickly about your vision?
Yeah, so this is because oh my God, my Zoom went away again. We wanted to put them in the presentation to show you guys the ones that we made last year, and we just forgot. So this is my one from last year that I made from 2023. There are a bunch of different ways to make vision boards, so please don't feel like this is how yours has to look. Kels, if you can find yours quick, because yours was very different from mine in just the format, it would be really good to give just another example. I know Jewel, she has hers with her too. So I am a very visual person, so I took specific pictures that meant something to me when I was going through these prompts last year to make my vision board. A lot of it had to do with adventures and specific adventures that I was kind of manifesting. Um, I don't care what anyone says, manifesting is real, and not in that like hippy dippy kind of way, but in that way of if you see something that you want and you're consistently looking at it, when that time comes to go, oh, I have a free weekend, I want to book a trip somewhere, that place that you've been staring at is going to be on your mind first. So that's how I kind of like to believe in manifesting. Um, Different things that I wanted to feel. I wanted to feel peace. I wanted to feel love in my relationship. I wanted to feel strong. So I put some weights in there. I wanted to feel a sense of community. So I have the picture at the bottom of everybody kind of cheersing their drinks. And then just different places that I wanted to go. Oh, love it. Thank you guys for sending them. Juliet, you sent yours as a direct message to me, just so you know. Um, but yeah, there are a couple of different ways that you can make your vision board. If you're more of like a pen and paper person, just know that you can also go totally old school and you can like cut things out of magazines, put them together that way. Um, I did mine on Canva. I'm pretty sure Kelsey did hers on Canva. I actually think Juliet, you did yours on Canva too, didn't you?
Yeah, Canva's the best. You should all just use Canva.
Yeah, and there's also a free version of it, so don't think that you have to pay anything to get it. You can download a free version of it to use it. Um, But thanks for sending those. So a couple of different ways that you can make your vision board come to life. And then kind of what we put on our presentation, things that you can add the words for the year. So that's why we think that that's important to kind of go through how you want your year to feel, those words that you want to kind of embody your 2024, how you want to feel, the things you want to do, elements you want to include, places you want to go, the version of you want to become. So just kind of a couple more ideas for you guys to get started on those vision boards. And I think that we said earlier, I did, yeah. If you want to stay on and start working on it now, please do. I think that that's great. If you want to work on it on your own time, feel free to hop off. We always try to just keep it to an hour, so we want to be mindful of your time. And then know that we also have Haley and Meg who are hosting the workspace on the 17th. So we can always send out that information too. If you guys want to just hop on and be in a nice environment with everybody, just kind of chugging away on their vision boards.
Yeah. And feel free to really like dream big on these vision boards. Like even looking at mine, the majority of it hasn't happened yet, but I'm still actively working towards becoming that person who can do those things. So don't feel stressed. It's like, oh, I had like manifest like a 50K raise that hasn't happened, but there's like
Not
ways
yet.
other money and things that I've been doing that have been adding up towards working towards that goal. So yeah.
Also, I have had a picture of a key on mine for buying a home for 3 years, y'all. 3 years, and it hasn't happened yet. So you bet your ass that same picture is going on 2024's vision board.
I have that photo of Hawaii has been on there now 2 years in a row. So it
Yeah.
will be going on again because I still have not gone to Hawaii, but
Nice. Love
just
it.
next time I'm gonna sneak in Kelsey's bag.
Come on over to the West Coast. It's easy.
Well, does anyone have any questions, any kind of last things that they want to share? We can just keep the channel open for a bit if you guys want to stay on and work on it, but please let us know. Either drop it in the chat, feel free to take yourselves off mute.
Yes. And just really quickly, we love you all so much. Thank you for being here, taking your time, being intentional, building these goals for yourselves. And just a reminder, if it's in you, it's for you. So we're here rooting for you and we're here to support you. Either one-on-one or in the community, or if you want to hop in the community, if you're not, definitely do that. Reach out to whoever invited you. So yeah, thanks for being here, friends.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks, Kelsey and Gab.
Yay. And I'll make sure to upload the recording and share the PDF. If anyone wants to go back and take some more time. So
Kels, do you actually mind scrolling up to the previous slide? I'm gonna write them down so that I can work.
Amanda was really feeling that last quote.
I love it. I kind of stole it from Keisha Fitzgerald. She says that all the time.
Not surprised.
It's just so good.
It is good.
Kels, did you go to Keisha's January 1 workshop that she did?
No, I didn't. Did you?
Yeah, it was quality. I can send you the recording when she sends it out. It was really good.
Here, I mean, we probably have a lot of your emails, but feel free to drop your email. And then we can share that. Or I guess we can do it in the bot group if everyone's there. But Julia, if you want to upload that in the group, then we can all tune in.
Also, you should tell everyone about what's happening at the end of January.
The
Yes.
end of January. It's actually funny you say that because I was just looking at in our bod group, we have like the upcoming posts, like our scheduled posts. And on it, we have surprise guest. And like we just put the title of the workshop. We didn't actually like
that's so funny.
put like any other information out. But yeah, whoever is still on and listening, this will still be information that we'll send out, as it gets closer. The end of January, Juliet's going to be hosting a workshop for us. So it's one that she did for us. Was it last year or was it the year before?
I think it last year and the year before.
Okay.
Yeah.
All about passion roadmaps. So Juliet, if you want to give like a quick little plug, go for it.
Yeah, sure. I'm actually like in the notebook that like I first started this out with, but essentially it's creating, it's similar to this, but it's creating a roadmap of like your dreams for 3 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, and then like your lifetime goals. And mapping it out in a way that breaks it down so that it's really tangible. And so it goes from like these big ideas, like Gab saying, like, I want to own a house. It's like, okay, how do you actually like get from A to like B? And what are the steps that you take from like this dream you have to something that like you can actually tangibly succeed at reaching? So it's going to be really interesting. It's fun. It'll only be an hour. And I don't know. I feel like it gets me hyped every year. And then I usually try to do it again in July. So it's like every 6 months to try to like keep you knowing what your goals are and like where you're trying to go. But yeah, start dreaming big. This was like just the sparkle to start.
I
Love
that.
it. It was actually, honestly, very honestly, it has changed my thinking when it comes to goals. And I just did this to Brad, and Brad doesn't like when I do this. He needs it, so it's good. And it's because of the Passion Roadmap workshop that you did. One of his goals is to make more money. And that's the goal, make more money. And every time he says it, I'm like, how are we getting there? What are the steps that we're going to take to get there? What are the specific action plans that we are going to implement to get to that goal? And he doesn't like that I do that. And I'm like, this is it.
This
This
is
is
how you do it.
exactly
That's
what we
like,
need.
if you look at like the biggest, like, I mean, define success in different ways, but like some of the most successful people, however you define it in your world, that's how they do it. Like Oprah Winfrey, like she started out with XYZ. Like I'm currently reading Michelle Obama's book. It's like you start small, but it all like spirals. And how do you actually like take those different steps? And it's cool because you can, I don't know, make things happen that you previously were like, whoa, that's like way too big a goal. But like it's very doable once you like break it down enough into like bite-sized pieces. It's cool.
That's awesome. So end of January, I think the 29th, which is a Monday. So just keep your eyes out for more information.
Yes. Oh, that's so good, Madeline. Quote. A dream written down becomes a date, becomes a goal, broken down into steps becomes a plan, backed by action becomes reality. So good.
Fire.
So I think we're gonna end with that. Does anyone want to stay on? Juliet, are you gonna stay on? I'm probably gonna.
No, I'm finishing the last sentence. And I'm gonna do it probably during Haley and Meg's session because it's late on the East Coast and it's my bedtime.
So okay, I'm gonna stop sharing and I don't know how to stop the recording. But we'll see you soon.